Mobility Mondays. I'm just about to start my workout for today, so I hope you will join me for that. And then please stick around because immediately following the workout, we're going to be doing our weekly Monday Mobility Challenge. So I hope you will join me for that as well. There are timestamps in the description box down below the video, so if you would prefer to just skip straight ahead to the workout, you can go ahead and use the chapter markers to do that. But if you would like to see the exercises demonstrated and explained before we begin, let's go ahead and get into that right now. So you can see that I have my sandbag today. I'm also going to be using my jump rope, and then I have a mat. You're going to be more comfortable with something soft beneath you. We are going to be doing sit-ups. So make sure that you have a yoga mat or an exercise mat handy. If you don't have a mat, a towel may suffice. If you're working out on a carpeted floor or on grass, you may not need anything. If you do not have a jump rope, then really you can eliminate the jump rope sections, or you can just substitute with any other type of moderate paced cardio while I'm jumping rope. So we'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute, but the only other thing I'm using is my sandbag. Now for reference, and for reference only, this sandbag is filled with about 25 pounds of sand. That's a good weight for me, that's challenging for me. However, you may need to use something lighter than that or heavier than that. That depends on you, that depends on your strength. It depends on your level of fitness. It also depends on what you have available to you and how hard you are looking to push yourself today. So please consider all of those factors when choosing your weight and make the decision that is best for you. If you do not have a sandbag, first of all, I strongly recommend buying a sandbag. The one I use is Ultimate Sandbag. It doesn't have to be this one though. I like this one, but there are plenty of cheaper options out there. So if you plan on following my workouts regularly, I do use my sandbag pretty often. You'll get a ton of use out of it. But what I would recommend doing is checking sites like Warmup or Facebook Marketplace, because a lot of times you can find fitness equipment on there for pretty cheap, because people purchase fitness equipment thinking they're going to use it and then they don't use it, so they want to get some of their investment back. So usually you can find something like that. Fitness equipment is usually pretty easy to find on like Warmup or sites like that. So if you want to save a little money, you could check that. If you want to save even more money, you can probably fashion something similar to a sandbag by using items that you already have. So you might be able to fill a backpack or a duffel bag with some kind of weight. You could fill it with like bags of rice or dried beans or kitty litter or something like that. So get creative and use what you've got. But if you don't have a sandbag and you don't have anything similar that you can use, but you do have something like a kettlebell or a heavy dumbbell, that will also work. If you don't have anything at all that's going to work for weight, that's fine. I will be providing equipment-free substitutions. So let's go ahead and get right into the exercises that we are doing today. I'm going to be doing 4 weighted exercises with my sandbag and then jump rope. So let's go over the 4 sandbag exercises first. The first exercise that we are doing is Zercher squats. So really you can do any squat variation you want with or without weight, okay? So this can be any squat variation. I'm just going to be holding my sandbag in front of me while I squat. So regardless of what squat variation you are doing, just remember to make sure that your shoulders are back and down. So you start by tucking your shoulder blades into your back pockets. That's also going to help you keep your chest lifted nice and high, which is what we want. Make sure your abs are super strong and tight and engaged. Before you think about squatting down, you're going to push your booty back. Think about hinging at the hips, trying to touch the wall behind you with your booty. At the same time, remember your chest is lifted nice and high, so you're trying to touch the wall behind you with your booty, at the same time trying to touch the wall in front of you with your chest. The point is that you want to elongate your spine so that your back is staying flat and you're keeping the weight in your heels. All right, so if you think of squatting straight down, your knees might tend to end up out over your toes. That's really not the movement. Instead, what you want to do is hinge at the hips, push the booty back, keep that spine nice and elongated, keep the back flat, keep the weight in your heels, and then you can, from this position, you can go ahead and sink down into your squat, then press your heels into the ground to stand. So that's your form for just a basic air squat. If you don't want to add weight, you can do that. You can just do air squats, or like I said, you can do any squat variation you want. If you do want to add weight, You can hold a medicine ball or a kettlebell or a dumbbell or a household item in front of you. I'm going to be holding my sandbag in front of me. So I'm just going to flip my sandbag up and over so that I'm holding it in my elbows and kind of pressing it into my chest, and that's it. I'm just going to keep the sandbag right where it is as I do my squats. Super simple exercise. So really you can use any kind of weight for that. The second exercise I'm doing with my sandbag is sandbag swings. So again, you can do kettlebell swings. It's a very popular exercise to do with a kettlebell. But you can also do dumbbell swings. So if you have like one heavy dumbbell, lots of people do this exercise holding onto a dumbbell. But I have shown you before how to do this exercise while holding onto a jug of laundry detergent. So again, you can get creative and use what you've got around the house. So if you're unable to fashion something similar to a sandbag by filling a backpack or a duffel bag with some sort of weight, you might be able to just grab like one of those big water jugs or a big jug of laundry detergent and swing that. So anything, as long as you're able to maintain a secure grip on whatever household item you're using for weight, and as you know, so I don't want you to drop it on yourself and get hurt or break something and make a mess. So make sure it's something that you can maintain a secure grip on, something with a handle ideally, and as long as it's not too heavy for you, then any number of household items will work. But all I'm going to be doing is swinging my sandbag between my legs and up in front of me. All right, so it's super simple. I'm going to grab a hold of this middle handle of my sandbag with both hands. And again, I'm pushing my booty back. My back is staying flat. Make sure you're not rounding your back. Tuck the shoulder blades into the back pockets. Shoulders are back and down. Chest is lifted high. Abs are tight. Pushing the booty back, keeping the weight in the heels. And then from here, I'm going to press my heels into the ground, and I'm going to hinge at the hips to stand and push my hips forward. And as I do that, that momentum is going to help me swing my sandbag up in front of me. You're not trying to swing it up high. Ideally, you want to have the sandbag end up, or whatever you're swinging end up, at about shoulder height. It's okay if it goes a little bit higher than that, but that's not what you're going for. You're not trying to swing it really high. You're trying to just take it out about right here, all right? And then that's it. It's a super simple exercise, super tough, but I'm just swinging the bag between my legs and straight up. So hinging at the hips. See how I'm pushing my booty back? Each time I'm swinging the bag behind me, my back is staying flat, the weight is staying in my heels, and I'm not swinging the bag up super high. My arms are ending up at about shoulder height. Now, if you don't have anything to swing, then it really doesn't make any sense to do this exercise without swinging anything. So really, what do you want to work on? You could substitute with some kind of cardio exercise. I think pendulum would be a great option, but you could do mountain climbers. Or if you want to work on glutes, really, you could do some like a deadlift variation or something like that. You could do good mornings. So if you need to see any of those options, just let me know. But honestly, it can be kind of whatever you want to work on. But since we're doing this kind of hinging motion, I think good mornings would be a good substitution. So when I do good mornings, I always have my hands clasped behind my head like this, and you're just hinging at the hips. Make sure there's a soft bend to your knees. You don't want to lock out your knees like this. Make sure there's a soft bend to your knees, and again, you're pushing your booty back, keeping the weight in your heels, hinging at the hips, and then pressing your heels into the mat to stand. All right, so that's just a good morning. I think that would be a fine substitution. Or if you want, this is kind of a cardio exercise, so if you prefer, you can substitute with really any kind of cardio exercise you want. But I'm going to be doing sandbag swings for my second exercise. For my third exercise, I'm doing sandbag cleans. So if you don't have a sandbag and you don't have anything similar that you can use, like a backpack or a duffel bag, you can clean a barbell, you can clean a kettlebell, you can clean dumbbells. So, you know, again, just use what you've got, but yet again, we're starting by tucking the shoulder blades into the back pockets. Shoulders are back and down, chest is lifted nice and high, abs are tight, and again, we're hinging at the hips. Make sure you are not locking out your knees. Soft bend to your knees, pushing the booty back, trying to touch the wall behind you with your booty, trying to touch the wall in front of you with your chest. Spine is elongated, back stays flat, hinging at the hips, and reach down to grab the handles out of your sandbag. And then again, you're going to press your heels into the mat and hinge at the hips to stand. And as you do that, you're going to bring the bag with you. You're going to flip the bag up and over and catch it in your elbows. You're going to be holding it the same way we were holding it for our Zercher squats. All right, so grab the handles, press the heels into the mat to stand, hinging at the hips, pick the bag up as you stand, flip it up and over, and catch it in your elbows. Then you're going to reverse the movement. So flip the bag up and over, and then hinge at the hips, put the bag back down. All right? Great core exercise. And it's super simple, so if you don't have anything that you can clean, again, I think any kind of deadlift variation would be great here. Or you could do like pistol squats or something like that. Pistol squats would be another really good substitution. So assisted pistol squats would work, or any deadlift variation. So again, if you need to see that, let me know. But that is my third exercise, and my fourth exercise with the sandbag is just going to be sandbag sit-ups. So you can do any sit-up variation or crunch variation, any ab exercise you want. All I'm going to be doing is a regular sit-up. So if you don't want to add weight, you can just sit up and reach, and then return to your starting position. Just a regular plain old sit-up. If you have a medicine ball or a kettlebell or a dumbbell or some other sort of weight or household item that you want to hold on to, you can do that. I'm going to be holding on to my sandbag. So I have the handles of my sandbag. I'm just going to sit up, bringing the bag with me. And then I'm going to press the bag up overhead, really reaching up, elongating that spine. I want my back as straight as possible, and I'm really exploring my full range of motion, trying to touch the ceiling with my sandbag. And then reverse the movement, and that's it. Sit up and press the bag up overhead, reverse the movement. All right, so super simple, and if you don't have anything that's going to work for weight, or you just don't want to add weight to the workout, any sit-up variation or crunch variation, any ab exercise will do. But that's it. That's all 4 sandbag exercises. The only other thing I'm doing is jump rope. So I have the lovely Victoria here with me today. Victoria is my beautiful silver jump rope with these pretty light pink metallic handles. If you would like to know where I get my jump ropes, there's always a link and a coupon code in the description box down below the video, so click on the link and use coupon code RUDEBECCA to save an additional 10% on your jump rope. So today I'm going to be doing sets of 100 with my jump rope. When I say a set of 100, I'm talking about 100 revolutions of the jump rope. So any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. I always just kind of jog in place like this while I'm jumping rope. But if you're more comfortable jumping with your feet together, great, jump with your feet together. If you're really good at jump rope, feel free to do something more challenging, like jump rope jacks or high knees or something like that. But it doesn't matter what style of jump rope you do. The only important thing is that we're counting revolutions of the jump rope. So you'll count 100 revolutions of the rope, and that is your set of 100. So each set of 100 is going to take me plus or minus a minute or so. When you add it all up, we're doing with each jump rope section, we're doing 6 sets of 100. So it's going to take me plus or minus about 6 minutes, something in that neighborhood. So your other option, if you don't have a jump rope, first of all, you can pantomime jumping rope. That's obviously going to be the most similar to what I'm doing, and you can actually buy ropeless jump ropes. It's really just 2 handles that you hold on to while you jump over an imaginary rope. So if you want to invest in something like that, if you find it useful to actually physically have something to hold on to, I think that would be a fine investment. Again, if you plan on following my workouts regularly, that's something you'll get a ton of use out of because I incorporate jump rope into almost all of my workouts. But if you don't find it particularly helpful to have something that you're physically holding on to, holding onto the handles isn't going to really help you in any way, then I really think you can save your money. If you're already jumping over an imaginary rope, I think you can do that while holding onto imaginary handles. So you really can just pretend to be holding onto a jump rope and pretend to be jumping over it. That's a completely legitimate option. But if you don't want to do that, you can jog in place or do high knees. Your other option really is if you have access to something like an elliptical or a treadmill or an exercise bike. Since each one of my cardio sections is going to take roughly about 6 minutes, you can just hop on the exercise bike or the treadmill for about 6 minutes. If you have access to the field at your local high school, you could jog around the track for 6 minutes. You know, for some people that might be twice around the track, and that's great if you're really fast. Maybe you can go 3 or 4 times around the track in 6 minutes. The cardio sections don't have to be exactly 6 minutes long. Mine aren't going to be, but something in that neighborhood. So depending on how fast you are, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 laps around the track would work. Or you could do up and down the bleachers. You could also do that at home if you have steps in your home or your apartment complex. If you want to take the workout to a beach or a park or hiking trail that has steps, you can do up and down the steps there. Or if you have a park close to you with like a dirt track that you can run around. Basically about 6 minutes of any type of moderate paced cardio you want. Any way you want to get it done will work. And then your final option, if you really just none of that's going to work for you, you can just eliminate the jump rope sections. That's fine. The rest of the workout, if you just do what I'm doing but eliminate the jump rope sections, it'll work as a standalone workout and it'll still be a great workout. So just make the decision that's best for you. But that's it. That's all of the exercises. It's a pretty simple workout today. Now here's the format. So my 4 sandbag exercises, we're going to be kind of working in couplets again. So the first 2 exercises I showed you were Zercher squats and sandbag swings. We're going to be going back and forth between those 2 exercises before moving on to our second couplet, which was our sandbag cleans and sandbag sit-ups. So here's the way it's going to work. We're going to be doing 60 reps of each exercise. We're going to be starting with 25 reps of each exercise. So my first couplet, I'm going to be starting with 25 Zercher squats and 25 sandbag swings. Then I'm going back to Zercher squats. I'm going to do 20 Zercher squats and 20 sandbag swings. And then back to Zercher squats. I'm going to do 15 Zercher squats and 15 sandbag swings. And that's the first little section. So by that point, we will have completed a total of 60 Zercher squats and 60 sandbag swings. Then we're going to move on to our next couplet and we're going to go backwards. Same amount of reps, but instead of starting with 25 reps and then going down to 20 and then down to 15, we're going to start with 15 reps of each exercise. So I'll do 15 sandbag cleans and then 15 sandbag sit-ups. And then back to sandbag cleans. Now I'm going to add on 5 reps, 20 sandbag cleans, 20 sit-ups, and then 25 sandbag cleans and 25 sit-ups. By that point, we will have completed a total of 60 sandbag cleans and 60 sit-ups. So the number today is 60, 6s and 60s and 600, because each of our jump rope sections is going to consist of 6 sets of 100 with the jump rope for a total of 600 revolutions of the rope. So 60 reps of each of our 4 sandbag exercises, and then 600 revolutions of the rope is 1 round. So 6 is the magic number today. I'm going to be doing 3 rounds. If you feel like it, you could do 6 rounds. I think 3 is going to be plenty for me. But this would also make a great 60-minute AMRAP, and then that's in keeping with our 6s themes. So if you want to know exactly how long your workout is going to take today and you have an hour to dedicate to your workout, that would be another great way to do this workout. Just set a timer to count down 60 minutes for you and see how many rounds you can complete in 1 hour. I'm just going to do 3 rounds and maybe I can complete 3 rounds in under an hour. We shall see. But that's it. That's the format. It's actually pretty simple. If it sounds confusing, just remember that I always take the time to type out the instructions in the description box down below the video. And of course, I'm going to do the entire workout right along with you. So watch me do it, read the instructions. But then of course, as always, if anything is unclear with the format and how everything fits together, if you have questions about any of the exercises that we are doing today, if you have any doubts at all, about how to do these exercises with the correct form, or if you need any further help with equipment-free substitutions or beginner modifications beyond what I have already provided, please know that I am always here to help. So just ask questions if you have them, okay? It's really important that you understand what you're asking your body to do. So you have to understand how to do the exercises correctly before you begin the workout. That way you reduce your risk of injury, and also that's how you make sure you're getting the maximum benefit out of each exercise. And you guys know it's also incredibly important to me that all of my workouts are always accessible to anyone and everyone who wants to do them with me. So I'm always here to help facilitate that. Do not hesitate to reach out if you have questions or if you need help. Also, I just want to remind you, especially if you're going to be working out along with the video, to please make sure that you are working to your own level. So that means selecting something that's an appropriate weight for you. It means dropping the added weight if necessary. It means slowing down if necessary, pausing and taking rest breaks as needed, modifying the exercises as needed. All right, just make sure that you are going at your own pace. Make sure you're not sacrificing your form for speed. If you're in good shape, you'll probably be a lot faster than I am, and that's great as long as you're not losing anything off of your form to get there. On the other hand, if you're slower than I am and you fall behind, either because you're just working at a slower pace than I am, or because you're finding that you need to pause and take rest breaks where I'm not taking rest breaks, or if you just need a longer rest break than what I'm taking, that's fine. Just pause the video. I'm not going anywhere. Come back when you're ready and we'll resume the workout together. You should challenge yourself to keep your rest breaks as short as you can, but they should be as long as you need. I only want you to resume the workout once you feel that you have regained enough strength and you have enough stamina that you are able to continue with good form. Just remember, don't sacrifice your form for speed. I don't want anyone getting hurt. Hopefully I have covered everything. I want to go ahead and get right into the workout. So gather whatever equipment you need. You're definitely going to be more comfortable with something soft beneath you. So grab an exercise mat or a yoga mat if you have one. If not, maybe a towel. Grab your sandbag if you have one. If not, look for household items that you can use. Or if you have a medicine ball or a kettlebell or a dumbbell or something like that, you can definitely make something like that work. If you have nothing that's going to work for weight, you have your equipment-free options. So make the decision that's best for you. Grab your jump rope if you have one, and if you're jumping rope with me today, and then you can go ahead and pause the video, get dressed, meet me right back here. We're going to start with a quick 5-minute warm-up, and then we'll get right into the workout. All right, so as soon as you're ready, let's get started with our 5-minute warm-up. You're going to begin by just allowing your head to fall towards one shoulder. Now place your hand on top of your head and just rest your hand on top of your head. You're not actively pulling your ear down towards your shoulder. Your arm is completely relaxed, and you're just letting gravity do all of the work of gently stretching the other side of your neck by just using the weight of your arm. We're going to do the other side, so let your head fall towards the opposite shoulder. Place your hand on top of your head and just rest it there. Make sure your arm is completely relaxed, and make sure your shoulders are relaxed. Make sure they're not up here by your ears. Shoulders down, away from the ears. Now we're going to do some head rolls. So you're going to allow your chin to fall towards your chest and then towards the other shoulder and back. And each time you roll your head from one shoulder to the other, just start feeling your head get heavier and heavier. You are allowing your range of motion to increase with each roll. As the head gets heavy, your arms are nice and loose like a rag doll, and you're just allowing your entire torso to fall in front of you. Shoulder rolls, so rolling the shoulders back. Exaggerate the movement, really explore your full range of motion, making those circles as big as you possibly can. Next, we're going to do arm circles, but we're going to start small with our arm circles. So you'll extend your arms out to the side and start by making small circles, but gradually, as the interval progresses, you're going to start making your circles bigger and bigger until finally you're making your circles as big as you possibly can, exploring your full range of motion. Now step your feet out so they're a bit wider than shoulder width apart. Bend the knees and sweep the arms down in front of you. As you straighten your legs, you're reaching up as high as you can. And each time you bend your knees, just start expanding your range of motion, sinking deeper and deeper into that squat. Now leave your feet planted right where they are. We're going to lunge side to side. So push the booty back. Keep the weight in your heel as you lunge side to side. And now we'll add the arms. So each time you lunge, you're reaching across your body. You should feel like you're trying to throw your arm across the room. Next, we're going to march. So you'll step your feet into the middle and just march in place. Super simple, starting with the knees low, but gradually as the interval progresses, I'm starting to drive my knees up higher and higher towards my chest until finally I'm driving my knees up as high as I can towards my chest. Feel a nice little stretch in your glutes. Now we're gonna jog in place. Again, knees are low to start, but I'm gonna start slowly driving my knees up, higher and higher towards my chest, until finally I'm driving my knees up as high as I can towards my chest. Next is booty kicks. So with each step now, I'm bringing my foot behind me. Really try to kick yourself in the booty with your heel. For this next one, you may need to hold on to a chair or the wall for support. If not, you can just have your hands on your hips. You're going to transfer your weight into one leg, pick up the other foot, and just swing the leg front and back. Nice and loose. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you'll put this foot down, transfer your weight, pick up the other foot, and just swing the leg front and back. You can start low, and then gradually you can start increasing your range of motion, swinging that leg higher and higher. We're going to switch legs again. So you put this foot down, transfer your weight, pick up the other foot, extend the leg out in front of you, and then make a semicircle. Bring the leg around and behind you. Each time you make that semicircle, you're lifting the leg higher and higher. And for the final 2 reps, we're gonna do a hip circle. So driving the knee up in front of you and using your hand to kind of guide it around. Other leg. So extend the leg out in front, bring it around and behind, lifting that leg higher and higher. Each time you make that semicircle, and then for the final 2, drive the knee up in front of you. Use your hand to guide it around for a hip circle. Finishing with a quick hamstring stretch. So I'm using this post just to make it a little bit easier and a little bit more comfortable to get into this stretch. You could use a chair or the arm of your couch. You don't need to use anything, but using the wall or a chair or something can just make it a little bit easier, a little bit more comfortable getting into this stretch. It makes it a little bit more accessible because you want to do your best to keep your back as flat as you can. Just makes it a little bit easier to get into the stretch, keeping your back flat if you have something to use for support. All right, I always like to spend a few extra seconds here because it feels good and because I have tight hamstrings, so I like to give myself just a few minutes to let them loosen up a little bit. But that's it, that's our 5-minute warm up. So let's go ahead and get right into the workout. We are starting with Zercher squats. I'm starting with Zercher squats. You can be doing goblet squats or thrusters or air squats, any squat variation you want, 25 reps. So here we go. I'm starting my timer in 3, 2, 1, and go. So for my Zercher squats, I'm gonna have my sandbag in front of me like this, and now squat, making sure you're keeping that back flat, keeping the weight in your heels. It's 20, 5 more. 5. Sandbag swings. So pick up the bag. Sticking with these 2 exercises before we move on. So now we're going to deduct 5 reps of each exercise. So as soon as you're ready, here we go. Back to Zercher squats. 20 reps this time. So clean the sandbag and squat. I don't know why I always have to face this way for my squats, but I always face this way when I do sandbag swings. Just giving myself a few seconds of rest in between. As soon as you're ready, here we go, 20 sandbag swings. One more time through this couplet. We're doing a total of 60 reps of each exercise before we move on. So far we've done 45 squats and 45 sandbag swings. That means we need to do 15 more reps of each exercise. So deducting another 5 reps off of each exercise. As soon as you're ready, here we go. 15 Zercher squats. just 5 more. Sandbag swings. So that's our first little couplet. We've completed a total of 60 reps of each of those 2 exercises. So now we're going to move on to the second couplet. And we're going to do the same thing but in reverse. So it's the same pattern, and as much as we're just going back and forth between the next 2 exercises until we have completed 60 reps of each exercise. But instead of starting with 25 reps of each and then deducting 5 reps with each subsequent round, we're going to start with 15 reps of each exercise. And we're going to add 5 reps. So we're going to go through this next little couplet 3 times, but instead of going 25 reps, 20 reps, 15 reps, we're going 15 reps, 20 reps, 25 reps. All right? So starting with 15 sandbag cleans. Shoulders back and down, chest is high, pushing the booty back, hinging at the hips. Back is flat, weight is in the heels, soft bend to the knees. Now grab the sandbag. You're going to press your heels into the ground to stand. And as you do that, you're going to bring the bag with you, flip it up and over, and catch it in your elbows. Now reverse the movement. That's 1 rep. We're going to do 15. Now 15 sandbag sit-ups, or any sit-up or crunch variation you want, with or without weight. So sit up, press the bag up overhead, and then return to your starting position. We're doing 15, that's 1, 2, 3, keep going. 15. Sticking with this couplet or superset, whatever you want to call it, until we have completed 60 reps of each exercise. So as soon as you're ready, this time we're adding on 5 reps of each exercise. So 20 sandbag cleans. Sit-ups. Okay, once more through this little couplet. This time we're doing 25 reps of each exercise, and I'm getting to the point where I'm too fatigued to complete my sets without pausing to rest. So remember, pause and rest where you need to. That's fine. Challenge yourself to keep the rest breaks as short as you can, but they should be as long as you need. All right. Couple more deep breaths. And as soon as you're ready, 25 sandbag cleans. Okay, finishing up this couplet with 25 sandbag sit-ups. My sandbag is starting to weigh like it feels a lot more than 25 pounds. So that was 10. I have to do 15 more, but from here on out, I'm just gonna tackle them in little baby sets of 5. So I'm gonna look at it as 3 little sets of 5 to make it a little more manageable for me. Break them up however you need to, and if you're strong enough that you don't need to break them up, don't break them up. All right, I'm gonna start on my next 5. That's 15 for me. I'm gonna rest for about, I don't know, 30 seconds or so. And then tackle my next little baby set of 5. So picking up my count at 15. That's 20. Just 5 more. That's 25. All right, so if you are eliminating the cardio sections altogether, you're just going to repeat everything we just did twice more. Or if you're turning it into an AMRAP, a 60-minute AMRAP, for example, you'll just keep repeating everything we just did as many times as you can before your time runs out. I'm going to be doing 6 sets of 100 with my jump rope. It's going to hopefully take me somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 minutes or so, plus or minus 6 minutes, depending on how much I'm tripping over my jump rope, because my legs are shaky. So if you don't have a jump rope, you'll be doing 6 minutes of any kind of moderate paced cardio exercise you want. If you are jumping rope with me, remember that any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. The only important thing is that we're counting revolutions of the rope. So we're counting 100 revolutions of the rope. That's 1 set of 100, and we'll do that 6 times. Wish me luck for minimal tripping over my jump rope. We'll see what happens. All right, if you need a longer rest break, pause the video, come back when you're ready. So we're counting 100 revolutions of the jump rope. You'll count like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you trip over your jump rope, you do not need to go back and start the whole set over. I'm going to in this case because I tripped on rep like 10. So I'd rather see if I can string together a clean set of 100 if possible. But just so you know, I'll be out here all day and all night. If I were to start the set over every time I trip over my jump rope, I'm going to be tripping a lot because my legs are tired. But you do not have to start the set over. Just leave the trip behind you, take a deep breath, and get right back into it. Pick up your count where you left off. But because I tripped so early on in the set, I'm gonna start my set over. So here we go, take 2. 100 revolutions of the rope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ay, ay, ay. 10. 20. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. So that was my first set of 100. We're going to do 5 more. After each set, I just mark a little slash so I don't lose track of my count. I want to keep these rest breaks in between sets as short as possible. It's already getting kind of late in the day and it's hot out here and I'm struggling, so my cardio sections are going to end up taking me longer than 6 minutes, I know that for sure, but I'm gonna zip it. You know what we're doing. So I want to conserve a little energy. I'm just gonna do 5 more sets of 100. It might not be pretty, and I know it won't be clean, but I'm gonna do my best. So do your best. Remember, your best is always good enough, so let your best be good enough. When you're ready, here we go, set number 2. I'm dying out here. Just have one more set left to go. Oh. So that's round one. And I'm already 36 minutes in. So completing 3 rounds is gonna end up taking me close to 2 hours. I thought I would be able to finish it in under 90 minutes. I was even thinking I might be able to surprise myself and finish it close to an hour, but that is not happening. So now it's just a matter of getting it done. Even my 90-minute time goal is not happening, so it's gonna take however long it takes. My goal at this point is to just stick with it. Just keep pushing myself to get this done, but again, you can just make it a 60-minute AMRAP. Just see how much you can complete in an hour, and that's great. Or if you don't feel like you have another 2 rounds in you, maybe just do 1 more round with me if you can. If not, I think almost 40 minutes is a decent enough workout. So if you want to call it a day here, that's fine. You have my blessing. Just do your bonus burpee, and then use the chapter markers to skip ahead in the video to the cool down. Do a quick cool down together, and then stick around and try the mobility challenge with me. And then you can do your stretching, have a shower, eat some lunch, and get on with the rest of your day. Did I say do your bonus burpee? Don't forget to do your bonus burpee if you are not continuing on. All right, so obviously I'm needing a few minutes to breathe before starting round 2. So this is a good time to pause the video, towel off, get a sip of water. Let your breathing normalize a little bit. Let your heart rate come down a little bit. Give it as much time as you need. I don't want my rest break to be too long because I don't want to be out here all day, and already I know this is going to take me like 2 hours, so I don't want to make my rest break too long, but at the same time I need a few minutes before I feel that I have enough stamina to continue. So just have to kind of listen to your body. All right, so we're going to repeat that entire thing the exact same way. So I'm starting with 15 Zercher squats. If you need a longer rest break, pause the video, come back when you're ready. Starting round 2. After one more deep breath. All right, here we go. Sandbag swings. Zercher squats. It's 10. Sandbag swings. Okay, once more. Through this little couplet. This time we're doing 25 squats, 25 sandbag sways. Finishing up with 25 sandbag swings, and then we're moving on. Okay, so now our second couplet, sandbag cleans, sandbag sit-ups, starting with 15 reps of each. Do not be sitting on your booty with me if you don't need to. If you are stronger than I am, you should already be going on the next couplet. I just need a minute before we start because this second couplet is super tough. Again, I just don't want to take too long because you can see the sun starting to creep over here. That means it's getting late in the day, and it means it's getting hot, hot, hot. All right. That means that at some point, I have to get up and tackle this second couplet, so, all right. Couple more deep breaths. This next section's gonna be tough, but I'll get the reps done. All right, so as soon as you're ready, here we go. 15 cleans. See that intimidating kick? Just trying to kick my sandbag over few inches, but my legs are so weak, it didn't even move. My favorite part of the workout is coming up right here. Oh, now this is nice. Too bad we can't stay here. We gotta start doing sit-ups. All right, 15 reps. What I have a tendency to do is on my last rep, just kind of let go and drop the sandbag. I shouldn't do that. I'm gonna try to make sure I don't do it again. Just because it's the last rep doesn't mean that it doesn't need to be under control. Every single rep should be under control, so I'll try to be aware of it from now on, but you should be aware of it too. Make sure you're working right through that very last rep and controlling the movement right through that very last rep. I do the same thing with my sandbag swings. When I swing the bag the last time, I usually just kind of drop it. Don't be too hard on yourself. We're working hard out here, so it's not the end of the world, but just something to be aware of. All right. Oh, this part is so hard. Who would have thought that adding reps would be more difficult than deducting reps? All right. So this time through, we're doing 20 reps. When you're ready. All right, I know that there's no way I'm going to be able to do 20 without stopping, so I'm going to make it my goal to see if I can do the first 10 unbroken. And then I'll rest, and then I'll try to do like 2 sets of 5 to finish up. As soon as you're ready, here we go. I barely made it through those first 10 reps. So I'm gonna rest for at least a good 30 seconds here. And then I'll do another 5, and I'll rest again, but I'll try to keep that rest break shorter since I'll only be recovering from a set of 5 as opposed to a set of 10. And since I only have to do 5 more reps. All right, so picking up my count at 10, I'm gonna try to do another 5 without stopping if I can. That was 15. Trying to keep this rest break just a little shorter. Oh my God, the sweat is dripping in my eyes. It stings so bad. 5 more reps. I know this section is super tough. I'm doing it with you, so I know it's super tough. Got sweat in my eyes. My legs are jelly. But we just have to go through this couplet once more. So 25 sandbag cleans. I'm going to have to pause and rest at some point and start doing sets of 5. So whatever works for you, we're gonna get the reps done. So if you have to break them up, break them up. All right, when you're ready, here we go. 25 sandbag cleans. couplets left to do. To complete this couplet is another 25 sit-ups. So last time I was able to do my first 10 reps unbroken, but it was really, really hard. So that's my goal again this time, but we'll see. If I can't make it to 10, it's fine. I'm gonna get the reps done, so it's all good. When you're ready, here we go, 25 sit-ups. So that was 10. So I'm going to just try to do what I did in round 1. I have to do 15 more reps, so I'm gonna do 3 little baby sets of 5 and just try to keep my rest breaks in between sets as short as I can. But obviously I'm fatigued, so I'm needing a few seconds to regain some strength. But I'm gonna go ahead and start with my next 5 reps. So picking up my count at 10. That's 15 for me. Just keep scooching forward because I tend to slowly travel in reverse whenever I do an exercise like this. All right, next 5. That's 20. Just 5 more, let's push. All right, that's 25. I should be getting up. It just feels so good down here. All right, so that's it for that couplet. We've completed all 60 reps of sandbag cleans and all 60 sit-ups. So we've been at it for over an hour. If that's enough for you, do your bonus burpee. Use the chapter markers to skip ahead in the video to the cool down. Do a quick cool down with me, and then try this week's mobility challenge. It's kind of a fun one. I don't know if it's even fair to call it a mobility challenge, but try this week's challenge with me. And then make sure you're taking a few minutes to stretch before you have your shower and eat some lunch and get on with the rest of your day. If you are continuing on with me, if you are not including the cardio, then just go ahead and start on round 3. Just repeat both couplets the same way we did the first 2 times. Just repeat all that the exact same way once more. If you are including the cardio, I'm just giving myself a couple minutes to rest, because I know this next 7 or 8 minutes or so, I know it's going to take me more than 6 minutes, but this next few minutes of cardio is going to be just brutal. The first round of cardio was a train wreck. My legs are just shaky, and it's so hard to get my feet up and over the rope. Okay, I feel like my breathing is fine, my heart rate is fine, but the reason I'm stalling is because my legs are just gelling in. I know I'm not going to be able to get my feet up and over the rope. So frustrating. All right. Just do your best. If you need to rest longer, pause the video, come back when you're ready. I'm going to go ahead and just try to get these, well, I'm going to get these 6 sets done. It's not going to be pretty, but we're going to get them done. All right, when you're ready, here we go. All right, that was round 2. We're already closing in fast on 90 minutes. So if that's all you have in you today, that was more than enough. So again, if you want to stop here, you have my blessing. Just remember to do your bonus burpee, then skip ahead, do the cool down with me, and then please stick around for the mobility challenge. It's gonna be a fun one this week. Like I said, I really don't think it necessarily qualifies as a mobility challenge, but I found it when I was looking for mobility challenges and it looked fun, so that's what we're doing today. I'm just giving myself a good few minutes because I know this third round is going to be super tough. So I just want to feel like I'm giving myself enough time to regain some strength. I feel like I have enough stamina to push through. As hard as that second couplet is, I feel like the jump rope is what's killing me today, honestly. My stamina is just like, I have nothing left by the time we get to jump rope, and getting through just those 6 sets, like I want to die, it's so tough. Like I'm trying so hard to string together a clean set of 100. And then when I finally do, it's so taxing that I'm like dead by the end of it. I'm like praying to trip over my jump rope just so I can get a break. All right, I do not necessarily feel ready to start this 3rd round, but I don't want to be out here all day, so I'm gonna just have to like push through. Take a couple more deep breaths. And we're just gonna repeat the whole dang thing one more time. We can do this. All right, so that was a pretty darn long rest break because I needed it. But if you need a longer rest break, that's fine. Pause the video, come back when you're ready. We're starting this 3rd and final round with 15 Zercher squats. As soon as you're ready, here we go. Everything's getting so hard. Wrong, didn't I? It's supposed to be 25. I don't care. We'll just do this one adding on. At this point, it doesn't matter. But that should have been 25 squats and 25 sandbag swings. Did I do it backwards the 2nd round too? I think I might have. As long as we're getting all 60 reps done, it doesn't really matter. I'm delirious at this point. All right, well, since I started with 15 reps, I think I might have done this in round 2 also. It's okay. We'll just do 20 reps this time. And then maybe for the second half, we'll start with 25 and then deduct 5 reps each time. That'll work. All right, so let's do 20 Zercher squats. It's okay, we're gonna get the reps done. 15. Sandbag swings. I am so out of gas. But we're almost finished with this couplet for the whole day. All right. Get up. 25 more squats. And then squats are all done. Like completely finished. All right, we're getting there. Let's push. That's a tough squat variation. And we've done 230 of them so far today. We just have to do 10 more. Let's pick up the bag and let's push. That's it. Squats are all done. You don't have to do another squat for the whole rest of the day at least. I need a minute to breathe. We're gonna finish up with our final 25 sandbag swings. And then this first couplet is all done on the day. We're getting there. All right, let's finish up our sandbag swings. Just 25 reps. Let's push. So our first couplet is all done. Now, since I did that backwards, I was supposed to start with 15 squats and 15 sandbag swings and then work my way up to 25. But, I was supposed to start with 25, oh my God. I was supposed to start with 25 reps of each and then work my way down to 15. But I did it backwards. So this time, with this couplet, I'm gonna go ahead and do this one backwards. So this one, I'm supposed to start with 15 sandbag cleans and 15 sandbag sit-ups. But since I messed up the first couplet, I'm gonna just go ahead and reverse this one too. You do it in whatever way you want to. The point really is just that you're completing 60 reps of each exercise. So honestly, any way you wanna get it done is fine. You can just do 20 reps with each round. It's obviously a lot easier to keep track of that way, but I get these ideas and I just go with them. So even though it's not the way it's written, we're supposed to be starting with 15 reps and working our way up. I'm gonna go ahead and start with 25 reps and work our way down just because I did the first half backwards, so why not do the second half backwards? I don't know. All right, am I ready to do this? No, I am not. But it's got to get done. So here we go. If you need a longer rest break, pause the video, come back when you're ready. So we're starting with 25 sandbag cleans. Do your best. My legs are literally shaking. All right, so I'm going to try to just do my first 10 unbroken if I can. And then 3 sets of 5, that's my goal. That's what I did the first 2 rounds, so that's what I'll try to do this round. Okay, that was 10. Taking a minute to breathe before I start on my next 5 reps. It's 15. Two more sets of 5. It's 20. Last 5 25. So now the good news is that from here on out we get to deduct reps. Still gonna be super tough. This is a really tough superset, especially by round 3 when we're almost 2 hours in. Maybe not almost 2 hours, but it's gotta be at least 90 minutes by now, right? All right. Yeah, an hour 45 almost. All right. So now we get to deduct 5 reps with each round, so 20 cleans. I'm so fatigued. I'm just gonna try to do 10 and then 5 and 5. I don't even think I can do 20 of these right now without stopping. I hope I can even do 10. All right, when you're ready, here we go. My legs just can't do any more. Just 5 more. Sit-ups. So again, my goal is to complete 10 unbroken if I can. And then I'll rest for a minute and finish up with 2 sets of 5. When you're ready, here we go. So I need a good minute here to rest. You don't have to rest if you don't need to. And you don't have to break these up if you don't need to. I'm gonna do another 2 sets of 5. That's 15. Just 5 more. And then we just have to complete the couplet one more time. First, let's finish with these last 5 sit-ups. 16. 17. 18. That's 19. One more. And 20. Just 15 sandbag cleans left. But I am no longer at a point where I can do 15 reps unbroken, so I might just do 3 little sets of 5, whatever it takes to get them done. But we're so close, so I gotta just keep my head down and push through. All right, when you're ready, here we go, final round. That's it. Sandbag cleans are done. All we have left to do is finish up with our final 15 sit-ups. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to do 3 little baby sets of 5 because I just have nothing left in the tank. literally everything I have just to get these reps done somehow, some way. We've done so many reps so far. We're almost done, so let's just do 3 little baby sets of 5, and then our sit-ups are done. All we have to do is finish up with our 3rd and final cardio section. We got this. That's 5. Just have to do that twice more. Oh, that's 15. I should not still be lying here, but I cannot get up. Okay. We're so close. Our weighted exercises are all done. We're finished with the sandbag. All we have left to do is finish up with our 3rd and final cardio section, which should be easy, but it's so hard. I'm really struggling today. And even though it's just 6 sets, I know it's going to be just like so brutal. I'm stalling to get started on it. Because I just know it's going to be so hard. But I'm going to get it done. I'm going to take it 1 set at a time. I kind of want to go get a hair clip before I start this final cardio section and clip my ponytail. Like tie it up and clip it down because my ponytail keeps getting caught on the jump rope and it's messing me up. I'm not saying that I would not be tripping all over my jump rope if that didn't happen, but it's adding to my jump rope woes. But I don't want to stop and go inside and get a hair clip, so I'm just going to power through. It's just 6 sets. It is going to be difficult, but we can do it. At least one of us can do it. You can do it. I have faith in you. Can I do it? I don't know. My legs are like, I feel like they're going to fall off of my body. All right. A couple more deep breaths. And again, if you need a longer rest break, pause the video, come back when you're ready. We're gonna finish up with our final cardio section. Let's just get it done. We got this. I'm gonna get this done. 3 more sets. Everything is so hard. I don't even have the strength to hold on to my jump rope in between rounds. I have to do 2 more sets. Okay. I just have 1 more set left to go, but I need a minute. I feel like I'm just gonna collapse. Last set. All right, that was our 6th set. That's round 3. We still have to do our bonuses, but I need a minute. All right, so that ended up taking me a total of 2 hours, 9 minutes and 49 seconds, which is just ridiculous, but you guys, we're done. We did it. Well, we're almost done. We're not quite finished yet. You know that no workout of mine is ever complete until we have done our bonus burpee, so we have just 1 rep left to go. But first, whenever I do a workout that incorporates jump rope, as today's workout did, as most of my workouts do these days, in addition to my bonus burpee, I also like to do a bonus set of 100 with my jump rope. So the bonus burpee is mandatory. You must do a bonus burpee to complete the workout, but the bonus set of jump rope is completely optional. So I just took a good 5-minute break between my last set of jump rope and now. So hopefully I can get through this without tripping over my jump rope. But all we're going to do is just 1 more set of 100, just like we've been doing for the last 2 hours and 9 minutes and 49 seconds. So any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. We're just counting 100 revolutions of the jump rope. So if you don't want to do a bonus set of jump rope, that's fine. You can just cheer me on and take another minute to rest, and then we'll do our bonus burpee together. If you would like to join me, here we go. 1 more set of 100. So count to 100 revolutions with the jump rope. As soon as you're ready, here we go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that is 100. So that's our little bonus set of jump rope. Now we have just 1 rep left to go. Let's go ahead and do our bonus burpee together, and then the workout will be officially complete. Oh, 1 more breath. As soon as you're ready, here we go. Final rep of the day. With that, the workout is now officially complete at long last. So let's go ahead and do a quick cool down together. You just want to keep moving for a few minutes after the workout while you allow your heart rate to come down a little bit and while you allow your breathing to normalize. So you really can just kind of pace around back and forth. That's what I usually do. Shake out the arms, shake out the legs. We'll do a quick shoulder stretch. So you're just going to bring 1 arm across your body and use your other arm to pull it in tight towards your chest. Make sure that your straight arm is completely relaxed and make sure your shoulder is completely relaxed. If your shoulder's all tensed up, you're not going to be able to stretch it effectively. Your muscle, it needs to be relaxed in order for it to be pliable. So just make sure your straight arm is completely relaxed. Shake it out. We're going to do the other side. So bringing the opposite arm across your body, using your other arm to pull it in tight towards your chest. As you're doing that, you just want to keep moving. So I always just kind of shift my weight from foot to foot. But again, you can pace, you can shake out the legs, just keep moving and keep focusing on your breathing. You're trying to slow down your breathing. So you want to really take long, slow, deep, controlled breaths. Shake out the arms. We're going to do a quick tricep stretch. So bending 1 elbow, now place your other hand on the elbow and gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder, making sure that your free hand is completely relaxed. The fingers on this hand should be pointing straight down at the ground. So what you're trying to avoid is having this arm, or having this hand rather, somewhere up here by your shoulder. So fingers pointing straight down at the ground, and make sure this hand is completely relaxed. Shake it out. Same stretch on the other side. So bending the opposite elbow. Reach up and grab a hold of your elbow with the other hand and gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder. Making sure that you're focusing on your breathing while you're doing this. Making sure you're continuing to move around. Either pace or shake out the legs, shift your weight from foot to foot, and making sure that that hand, your free hand, is completely relaxed. Fingers pointing straight down at the ground. And shake it out. We're going to finish with a quick quad stretch. So if you struggle with balance, you may want to hold on to the wall or a chair or something for support. You're going to bend one knee and bring this foot behind you, reach back, and grab a hold of the top of your foot with both hands, and you're going to press your heel into your booty cheek. As you do that, you are of course focusing on your breathing, but you're also tilting your pelvis forward. So you're kind of tucking your booty underneath you. Think about trying to touch your spine with your belly button, and as you do that, you're continuing to press your heel into your booty cheek. As soon as you combine both of those two elements, you're instantly going to feel that stretch intensify as you isolate your quad muscles more effectively, and you're also going to feel the stretch continue all the way up to your hip flexors. So let's get the other side, bending the opposite knee, bringing the foot behind you, reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with both hands, pressing your heel into your booty cheek and tilting your pelvis forward at the same time. So tilting your pelvis forward, tucking the booty underneath you, sucking your belly button back towards your spine. Continuing to focus on your breath and continuing to press your heel into your booty cheek. As you do that, feel that stretch all the way through your quad and all the way up to your hip flexor. And one more time. Shake out the legs, shake out the wrists, shake out the arms, swing the arms a little bit. A couple more deep breaths. And that's it. That's our little cool down. So if you feel that you're still breathing heavily and your heart rate is still elevated, just continue to pace around for a few more minutes. You can do a little more light stretching. That's great. Just remember that this little bit of light stretching that we do during the cool down does not take the place of a proper stretching routine. It's still really important to make sure that you're taking a good 15 or 20 minutes to stretch every day. If you can do it right now, immediately after the workout, that is always going to be the most efficient and the most effective time to get your stretching done, because your muscles are already nice and warm. But if you do not have time to do your stretching now, that's fine. It doesn't matter what you do for a stretching routine. It doesn't matter when you get it done, just as long as you're not skipping it. Make sure you're taking the time to stretch every day. It's going to help to alleviate any muscle soreness that you might be experiencing the day after the workout. It's also going to help reduce your risk of injury moving forward. If you get injured and then you have to take a few days off, it really can kill your momentum. Consistency is key. So in order to remain consistent with the workouts, you really need to do everything you can to avoid injury. So taking the time to stretch every day is one of the most important things you can do to avoid injury. And it's going to improve your flexibility and your mobility. It is Mobility Monday, so you know we're going to be talking about mobility today. So I think that flexibility and mobility are generally two underappreciated and sometimes overlooked aspects of your overall fitness level. So please make sure you're taking the time to stretch every day. You should really be prioritizing your flexibility as we age. It becomes more and more important, and we're all aging. So make sure you're taking the time to stretch every day. Just to remember that if you do put off your stretching until later on in the day, your muscles will have gotten cold again, so you're going to need to take a couple of minutes to warm them back up before you jump into your stretching routine. But that's it. So now it is Mobility Monday, so I found another mobility challenge. I want to say I found this one on YouTube, but I don't remember for sure. And like I said earlier, I don't really think this qualifies as a mobility challenge necessarily, but I found it while I was looking for mobility challenges, and it looks like a fun one to try. So I'm going to go get my phone. I'm going to watch the YouTube short or the reel. I don't remember where I found this one, but I'm gonna watch it. I'll show you what I'm looking at so that you can understand the movement, you can see what it is that we're about to attempt, and then we'll try it together. All right, so I'm watching the YouTube short now. I'm gonna show you what I'm looking at. We'll watch it together. We just need to watch it once because it's kind of long and this is pretty self-explanatory. All right, new challenge. So, as you can see, the challenge is to hold the roll of toilet paper over your head, let go of it, and then, now she did not, everyone else, that one woman, she tried to catch it by putting her arms behind her back. Everyone else, I think the challenge is you have to put your arms through your legs like that. She's the only one that did it that way. So, bunch of different techniques. Some people are kind of throwing the toilet paper up in the air, and some people are kind of doing a back bend. So far, no one has gotten it, but then boom, spike it. Oh yeah. All right, so we can just watch it the one time because like I said, it's kind of long and it's pretty self-explanatory. So that's it, all right? Now, I don't know how these people were just like wasting 1,800 rolls of toilet paper. So I really, if I can catch it, that's great. But if I miss it and my toilet paper falls on the ground or rolls in the dirt, like I'm not willing to just like throw away an entire roll of toilet paper. So I found some like packing, that, you know, that brown paper that you use to like, to put in packages and stuff. I found some of that. So I'm gonna grab a roll of toilet paper and I'm just gonna wrap it in some paper, but you could probably just put it like in a paper bag or something like that, so that we don't have to waste an entire roll of toilet paper if I am not able to successfully complete this challenge and I drop it. But yeah, I'm going to take some measures to protect my very valuable roll of toilet paper, and then we'll give this a shot and see what happens. All right, so let me wrap up my roll of toilet paper so that it stays safe and sound. You guys, I still have PTSD from, remember like early on in the pandemic when you couldn't even find, like you couldn't find any of the things you needed. Like if you found Lysol, it was like, I got like so elated if I found like Clorox wipes or something like that. And none of the stores ever had toilet paper. And if they did, they would let you buy like one little pack of 4. Like everything was limited. You can only buy so much water or so much toilet paper. Not that I would be like really happy about the idea of wasting an entire roll of toilet paper if it wasn't for that, but that like definitely is still with me. Like toilet paper still feels a lot more valuable than it probably is to me. But it's okay. So here we go. I'm just going to, here we go. So now, if I drop my roll of toilet paper, it's okay. It'll stay nice and clean inside my little package. But hopefully I won't drop it. Hopefully I'll be able to do this thing. We'll see. All right, so shoes on for this. I couldn't think of a good reason to take them off. You can take off your shoes if you want. That is your prerogative. But here we go, as soon as you're ready. So we're going to start by just holding our roll of toilet paper up overhead, and then we're going to drop it, and we have to see if we can reach our arms through our legs and catch it. So let's give this a shot and see if I have the coordination for this. I don't know if this is mobility so much as coordination and maybe agility to an extent. So let's try it. If we don't get it this first time, it's okay. We get 3 chances. I'm nervous. I don't want to mess this up. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, and drop it. And oh, that was close. That was close. Okay, I'm very glad that I put my protective covering of brown paper over my roll of toilet paper. All right, close, but no cigar. We get 2 more chances. Remember, warped wall rules, so if you were not successful the first time, that's okay, neither was I. We're gonna try it twice more. So there were people in the video that we were watching, the YouTube short, were using all sorts of different techniques. Some of them were tossing the toilet paper up, and I get that because then it gives you just an extra split second to get into position to catch it. But I don't like that technique because I feel like it's too difficult to toss it straight up in the air. It makes it less predictable where it's going to come down. And a lot of people were doing like a back bend, and I get the reasoning here as well, because if you drop it straight down from here, it's going to be right where you need it to be to catch it. But the one guy that was successful didn't do either of those things. He just kind of held it straight up overhead. So that's what I'm going for. Let's try it again and see if I can get this. Why do I feel nervous? Okay, because I don't want to mess it up. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, drop it and hopefully catch it. I'm getting close. All right, I'm getting close. I'm getting my hands on it, but I'm just not able to like grab a hold of it. So, all right. We have 1 more chance. I have to get this. All right, here we go. Attempt number 3. No wonder out of like 12 people in the video, or maybe even more than that, only 1 guy got it. This is kind of hard. All right, here we go. When you're ready, we're gonna drop it and hopefully catch it. Does that count? I caught it. I had to kind of like press it against my back, but I caught it. It didn't fall on the ground. I'm calling that a kind of successful attempt. I think I kind of got it, but I really want to try it once more. But that was my 3rd attempt. That was my 3rd and final official attempt. So I'm gonna say it didn't look great, but I got it. I caught the roll of toilet paper. It didn't fall on the ground. And I didn't see any rules about that. You know, you have to catch it cleanly in your hands and have it not touch your back. So I'm gonna say I got it. You guys let me know, did I get it or not? So it wasn't the best mobility challenge I've ever done, but I'm gonna say that it counts, and that is another successful Monday mobility challenge in the books. But I really wanna get it nice and clean. The guy that caught it in the YouTube short we were watching caught it perfectly clean, and then he spiked it. I wanna be that guy. I mean, I don't wanna be that guy, but you know what I mean. I wanna catch it perfectly cleanly, but I probably won't spike it. But anyway, I'm gonna say that was successful, even though it wasn't pretty. So let me know how you did with this. This was about as difficult as I expected it would be. It looks easy, but seeing all those people fail, I knew it was going to be challenging. So yeah, I'm gonna keep working on it, because I want to make my own YouTube short, and I'll make a reel to share on Instagram. So I'm gonna keep working on it and see if I can get at least 1 nice clean catch. But in the meantime, I think this counts. So let me know how you did with this one. Let me know if you were successful. And if you did this workout with me today, please let me know that you did it. Let me know what you thought of it and how you did. Thank you so much for working out with me today, you guys. This was a long, tough workout. So please know that I'm really grateful for everyone who has been working out with me lately. And even if you're not doing the workouts with me, thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for liking and sharing the videos. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful and supportive and engaging comments. It truly does mean the world to me. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. If you are not subscribed already, please subscribe. And of course, a great big thank you to those of you who have been subscribed to my channel for years. Please know that I appreciate you all so very much. One final reminder that if anything was unclear about the format of today's workout, especially since I messed it up, so if you have questions about the format, please ask. If you have questions about any of the exercises that we were doing today, if you have any doubts about how to do these exercises with the correct form, or if you need any further help with equipment-free substitutions or beginner modifications beyond what I have already provided, I'm always here to help, so please ask questions if you have them. That is going to do it for today, but before I say goodbye, I have to say one final thank you to those of you who have been watching the videos all the way until the end and commenting with the secret code phrase of the day. So before I say goodbye, I will give you today's secret code phrase of the day. It is, "It's brutal out here." So if you are still watching this video, hello, thank you for watching all the way until the end. Please let me know that someone is still watching by going down to the comment section and leaving me a comment that says, "It's brutal out here." That is going to do it for today. I will see you all next time. Bye.